Welcome Pokemon Go trainers, welcome back to the channel. So in this video I am featuring Ultra League battles submitted by my friend who is running double shadow Pokemon which are Drifloon and the Tentacruel along with the Guzzlord. So do watch the video till end, and if you haven't subscribed the channel, please subscribe it. So beginning with the first battle, and it's a kind of a bad lead if they are running Moonblast because it's just going to one-shot us because we are Dragon and Dark typing, and our friend decide to stay and throw the Crunch. Crunch might debuff and also does a super effective on Psychic typing Cresselia. More than half of the damage is done, but we didn't get any debuff. With the counting, I would say this is definitely a Moonblast. So we didn't shield for some reason. Maybe he doesn't want to win the switch. And they are going to throw a Grass Knot, which will be enough from this health range. And later we can come with our Shadow Drifloon and just farm them down with the Astonish. So look at the Astonish damage, it's just going to melt the health of the Cresselia. And now they're going to go for the Moon Blast, but it is not going to do that much. So we are fine, we can easily no shield here. And here comes the Shadow Fraligator. So we went for the bait. So this Icy Wind will debuff, and I think we should dip into Tentacruel after this. And they didn't shield, which is very good, and opponent called it correctly that we are baiting. And they are going to throw now. This Hydro Cannon is not going to do that much, but this is a Shadow Tentacruel, so it is going to add up. And I think my friend is deciding to just farm them down and not going to shield anything. Another Hydro Cannon comes up. I don't think they are going to reach another one, so we are going to just farm them down. And here comes the Cresselia, and good thing that he didn't panic throw. He just saved all his energy, and here comes the Cobalion. So we should go for the bait first, and this is their last Pokemon. And still they are not shielding for some reason, and now we go for the Scald to do some heavy damage. Let's see what happens if they are going to shield this time. And still they are not shielding. I'm not sure why. Maybe they want to save the shields for the next season, and yes they do. So GG's. Let's move towards the next opponent. A very bad lead for us. Actually it's a core breaker if they are running Zap Cannon and the Focus Blast. So we are going to stay here and chip them with the Crunch. So going for the Crunch and hope for the debuff. And we do get the debuff, but this can is very tanky. So I think we'll shield this just to make them bit low. And they go for the Focus Blast. So definitely they are running Zap Cannon and the Focus Blast, which can be a core breaker for this team. So we are going to go for another Crunch. Maybe we are going to try to catch a Focus Blast on either of our Pokemon, but opponent is very smart, he didn't allow to catch us. And again we are double shielding, so this looks scary, making us shieldless, and we are going to go for Dragon Claw. And this Dragon Claw will be enough after the double debuff. I think maybe he will shield, and yes he does. And we threw one more, and then we try to catch here, but unfortunately I don't think this is a catch. Is definitely going to go for Zap Cannon and it will knock us out. Actually we survived, and here comes the Shadow Fraligator, and they were able to just farm us down. We can come with our Tentacruel, but we are also Shadow, so I think 2 or 3 Hydro Cannon will be enough to knock us out. And we have stored a move on our Guzzlord as well. So they go for the Hydro Cannon, maybe we can snipe, but they have a back-to-back and they win a CMP tie. So this is going to knock us out. Sorry, this is going to knock out the Fraligator actually, the Scald. Let's see what happens, and after that we can snipe them if they survive with little health. And yes we do, and we are going to Dragon Tail them down. What is the final Pokemon? And it's a Flying Mandibuzz. So we are going to stay, and he was again trying to catch, but we didn't fall for it. We were continuously tapping our screen, and now I think we can win this because fast move, charge move all are resisted. E-release is just going to do neutral damage, but still it is not going to add up that much. And also if this is a time up scenario, we have a Tentacruel left at the back. They all have a shield, so we should grab the shield immediately. We are going to go for CMP tie every time, and this is the good thing, we should save one charge move in case we are getting very low on health. Then at that point of time it will be very useful to throw back to back. And we are going to just farm down and go for another Dragon Claw. Actually this time we catch, so this is a release catch, so we are fine. So this is very good catch, and it will guarantee us that we are going to win the match because we have back-to-back Dragon Claw. So this Dragon Claw was another CMP tie on Aerial Ace, but not to worry, we can survive it. Guzzlord is just very tanky Pokemon. And we have clicked on Dragon Claw again. So I believe Dragon Claw should be enough, or maybe one more Dragon Tail will be required because Mandibuzz in return is also very tanky Pokemon. So we are going to go for Dragon Claw, and they survive with 1 HP, but they cannot survive this Dragon Tail, and we are going to secure the win. Let's move towards the next opponent, and here comes another bulky Pokemon, Zygarde, and it's very uncomfortable situation for us because Dragon Tail are doing super effective to both of us, and if they land an earthquake then they can easily knock us out. So we are going to go for Dragon Claw before they throw, and they throw here. Let's see what they are going to throw. Maybe a bulldoze. Actually they go for the crunch and they get the defense drop, but we are going to get the guarantee shield or the knockout with this Dragon Claw. Let's see what happens. And they didn't shield, so it gets knockout. And here comes the Typhlosion. This looks scary because Typhlosion has Thunder Punch access, and if they get Incinerate down then it will be very scary. So we grab the shield and now we dip into our Drifloon, and let's see what happens. So one Thunder Punch, I think we can survive it, so we shouldn't be bothering shielding here. So they go for the Thunder Punch and we survive. Get the damage, almost 90% health is gone. So we are going to go for a bait here, Icy Wind bait, and they fall for it and they shielded the move. And now they dip into their Fraligator and just farm us down. So I think they have 2 Thunder Punch on their Typhlosion. So we need both the shield. We might have to catch a move on our Guzzlord. So they are going to over farming a lot and they are going to now throw a Hydro Cannon. And yes, they do. We can survive one more, so we shouldn't be bothering shielding. So I think we should over farm a bit, then we should throw our Scald. We shouldn't be throwing immediately, so that we can reach a Scald immediately for the Typhlosion as well. So we go for the Scald and our switch timer is up. We should snipe them, and exactly. So we are going to go and snipe them. Typhlosion is just going to get one more Incinerate, and I think this is the game of just tap tap. All we have to do is shield both the Thunder Punch and just farm them down with the Poison Jab, the Shadow Poison Jab, which is going to be enough. And here comes another Thunder Punch, but not to worry, we have a shield and we are going to use it and just farm them down and secure the win. Let's move towards the next opponent. Let's see what the next opponent has. Another very bulky Pokemon, which is Licky, but Guzzlord can win this in 0 shields, and some kind of lag is happening here. They missed 1 or 2 turns of rollout, so we are going to overfarm a bit and then go for the crunch. If we get the debuff, then next crunch will be enough to knock out, and we go for the crunch and no debuff happens, so this is fine. This could be an earthquake, but Guzzlord being very tanky can survive it. Yes, it was an earthquake. Another earthquake will put us very low, but it is not going to be enough to knock us out. If they overfarm a lot, then it will be, and it's getting them very low, and unfortunately because of that lag they were unable to reach the earthquake. And let's see what is going to come up now. Here comes the Mandibuzz, so we shouldn't be swapping because we have Shadow Drifloon at the back, so we should do maximum damage from the Guzzlord and later we can align our Pokemons. So they are going to go for neutral Aerial Ace, so it is fine. We should keep chipping them with the Dragon Claw, and I think we can reach one more, and yes we do. And they are about to reach another Aerial Ace and they will try to throw it immediately. Let's see, and half of the damage is done on Mandibuzz, so he's going to throw here. He did bit over farming, but that is fine. Or Tentacruel can take hits even though it's in a shadow form, so we are going to come with our Tentacruel and they're going to throw a move. Dark Pulse is not going to be enough, but still, let's see what happens. And they go for the Dark Pulse. They might dip or might try to catch here, so we are over farming a lot. And here comes the Fraligator. So Fraligator is not a good matchup for the Drifloon, so I think we have to put all our faith on our Tentacruel, and we get the bait here. So they are going to go for Hydro, but we can survive it, and I think we can guarantee a shield with this Scald, so we should be going for it. This might grab the shield. Let's see what happens. I'm going for it, no attack debuff and they didn't shield. So we are going to come with Drifloon and just farm them down. And unfortunately for the Fraligator, they didn't reach any move. We can go for the Icy Wind. This was a CMP tie. So we are going to go for it, and this is going to do super effective, and it does grab the final shield and it debuffs the opponent's attack, and they are not going to shield, but still we survive it because of that debuff. And we are going to close out the game with the Icy Wind on the Drifloon. So definitely we are shielding this move, and they throw a Aerial Ace. That is fine, we can go for the Icy Wind. Even if we don't bubble it, we can still win it because they are very low on health, and we are going to secure the win. So good game, we won this match. Let's move towards the next opponent. Let's see what the next opponent has for us. And this time we have a bad lead, so we should safe switch and we dip into our Tentacruel. And they have a good answer, which is a Leaky Leaky if they are running Earthquake. But here my friend decided to go for the bait. He's confident that he is going to shield, and his confidence works, and he did shield here. So this could be an Earthquake, we have to be very careful, or maybe a Shadow Ball. It is a Shadow Ball, so still we are shielding it. And now we can go for the Scald. It is going to do heavy damage because their defense has been harshly failed. So we go for it, and they do let it go, and Leaky Leaky is out of our way, and we have an alignment. But still this is scary. If Annihilate boosts up his attack with lot of Rage Fist, then Drifloon will also struggle, and they have one shield left. So we are going to go for Scald, and let's hope we can grab the final shield. Let's see. And they are not shielding, it puts them very low. Let's see if we can get a acid spray at least. But boosted counter just did lot of damage, and we are going to just farm them down. We are going to safely shield this move because one Astonish should be enough to knock out. We don't want to take the boosted damage, and the final Pokemon is the Gardevoir. I think we can just Astonish them down, and we are going to secure the win. So good game, we won this match. Let's move towards the final match of this video. A good lead, decent lead, we can fight back. Actually they can fight back if they are running Ice Beam, so that's why they are staying here. We can go for the Crunch. This might grab the shield, or it will do a heavy damage. So going for the Crunch, and it didn't do that much, so just to be safe we'll shield this move because health on Guzzlord will be very useful. And they bait us, that's very bad. And here comes the Tentacruel, so I think we should chip them and then dip into our own Tentacruel. So going for the Crunch, and this will do neutral damage, and it puts them a bit low. Now we are going to come with our Tentacruel, and I think Scald will get them very low, but I'm not sure whether it is going to be enough to knock us out. So we are going to go for Scald, and hopefully no attack debuff. That's very good. So we are going to go for our own. So this is going to put them very low, where we can just poison jab them down. Actually they shielded here, and might be they want to dip into Fraligator immediately and snipe us with a Hydro Cannon. So I'm assuming it. So they go for the Scald, and then they dip into their Fraligator. So that's what their plan was. So I think we should save it because we have lot of energy on our Tentacruel. So we can just farm them down, and let's see what is going to come here. And I think Tenta will return, and here comes the Tenta, and we are going to dip into Drifloon and just farm them down. But unfortunately they throw a move, so this could be a Scald. We are fine with it. Let's see what the final Pokemon is, and the final Pokemon is Golurk. Now it's time for Shadow Pokemon to shine, so we can go for this Icy Wind and debuff them, and after that Astonish is just going to melt their health. And they continue to farm, and they stay, and actually this is very low on health. I think Guzzlord, even a Tentacruel, can just snipe them. So they go for the Shadow Punch. It looks easy win for us, and we secure the win. So good game. So hopefully you have enjoyed this video. If you do, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Also share with your Pogo friends. Till the time, take care trainers, have a good day. Bye.